Hi guys, Nagaraj here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new for this channel, please do subscribe. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Very interesting topic today. That is how to handle frames in Selenium WebDriver. This is most commonly asked question in the Selenium interview room as well. And this video will be more useful those who are learning the Selenium and those who are beginner for the Selenium automation. In this video, we learn what is frame and what is iframe and how to find the number of iframes in the particular web page. And also we'll learn like how iframes are defined in the web page. We'll discuss more interestingly like how to handle these frames, what are the different way to switch to the particular frame, our required frame, and also we'll learn how to handle the nested iframe as well at the end of this video. I have opened that is www.ProTechBeach.com. Let me refresh this page. So once you log into this page through the Selenium WebDriver, right, we can able to identify the element and we can do operation on it. For example, if you want to identify this recent post, or if I want to click on this home page, by writing the XPath, we can able to identify this particular web element and we can able to do some operation on it. But what is iframe here? The iframe is nothing but the frame which is embedded to the existing HTML page or existing web page. For example, it is ProTechBeach.com is the one web page. So here I can able to identify all the element. But if you see here, this is nothing. This is iframe actually. So if I right click this element, we can able to see this ad is provided in the frame. How do you identify whether it is iframe or not? We need to right click on this and inspect element and see here. So this is the identified this element, right? If you just scroll up, see here, this is the body, and if you scroll up bit, see we can able to see iframe here. So this complete page or this complete frame is provided under the iframe tag. So in order to do any operation on this frame, right, so we need to switch from the our main frame, that is with the page which you are logged in, to the iframe we need to switch, that is driver.switch to .frame. Then we need to do the operation on it. How to find whether how many frames are available in the web page, that we can do like let me click on Control F here /iframe. So here it will identify that how many iframes are available here. Now in this case, I have 19 iframe available. So next point is how iframes are defined in the web page. Iframes are defined in the web page by, they'll make some tag, something like iframe tag. By using this, they will define the iframe by using the iframe tag. Okay. So first let me go back to Eclipse. I logged into this www.ProTechBeach.com. Suppose if you want to identify some pages here, let me update like home page. Okay, so here what we do, driver.find element by .xpath, if it is xpath, whichever the locators you want. So suppose you want to do some click operation, what we'll do, we'll do click operation. That is our normal process. But if you use the same thing for our frame element, suppose I want to click on this real estate investment sales. If I want to click on that, so what we should do actually, suppose frame page. Let me take. Okay, so what we do, driver.find element by .xpath. Okay, suppose I will identify that particular xpath here. I will identify this xpath and I will add it. I will paste it over here. Then I will use .click. If I use this code, actually your driver unable to identify this element. Okay, but it is able to identify this home page, but not able to identify the content which is available under the iframe. So what is the solution? Before entering to the identify some of the element on the iframe, what we can do, we need to switch first. So driver.switch to .frame. So we need to switch to the particular frames. Here we need to understand here few more points here. Okay, so here frame is the overloaded method available in the WebDriver. Okay, there are 3 overloaded method available. So iframe, it takes the different parameters, right? The method name is same, but it takes the different parameters. One will be it take the integer value, another it will take the string value, another it will take the web element as a parameter. So when we should go for index, that you should understand, like when you should go for index, when you should go for name or ID, when you should go for web element, that we should see now. As we know that in this page we can have 19 iframe. If you want to do some operation on this first frame, then I need to go for index of 1. That means we can go something like that, driver.frame switch to dot frame. If I pass 0, what actually it does is it will switch to the our main page to the frame 1, mean in this case frame 0, 0th index frame. Then after, if I write this driver.find element, right, XPath which is related to the real estate investment sales, then it will be able to identify and it will click, because we switch to the particular frame. If you want to do some operation on the frame 2, then we need to pass as index as 1. Okay, similarly it will goes like that. But in this case we have 19 frame. It is not a good practice to go with the index. Okay, first we need to understand, like, okay, there are 3 ways we can pass the things. One is with the index. Okay, second one with the ID or name. ID or name we can pass. Okay, third one is inside the frame I'm talking about. Okay, inside the frame either we need to take index, either ID or name, or web element. Okay, either 3 way we can do that. Either by using any one of these, right? By using any one of this, we can able to switch to the frame. Assume like if we have only 1 or 2 frames inside this web page, if we have only 1 or 2 iframe available, then it's better to go for the index only, because only we have 1 or 2. Either you can pass 0 or 1, we can able to switch properly. If you have more than 2, it is not a good practice to go by the index. Index, how to use it? Okay, this is how we can switch to. The second way, we need to switch something like with the ID or name. So how to do that? So driver dot by the name or ID. By using name or ID also, we can be able to switch to this particular frame. So that we can see here. See, iframe it is available. They have provided some unique ID or name. Okay, by using this one, we can able to, let me copy this ID and simply use the ID here with the double quote. It will identify that particular frame. This one we used ID. By using the ID, we can able to switch ID or name. Both we can use. If you want to use ID, in this case both are same only, so anything we can pass it over here. By passing web element also, we can able to switch to the frame. So when we should go, suppose assume like they have provided, okay, assume like they have provided some ID or name, but it is not unique, or we can say that ID or name is not given to this particular. In that case, we need to go for the XPath. First you need to identify the web element. Driver dot find the element by dot XPath. Either you can use the XPath of to identify this element. Okay, what it returns? It returns me the web element. Here XPath we need to write in such a way that to identify this frame. In this case I will, because assume like they didn't give the ID only, but in this case let me use ID as they have provided ID here. So let me use iframe at the rate of ID equal to same thing. See, it is identify that particular iframe. This XPath I need to use while identifying the element. So in this case I have taken the ID. So in your case, maybe if they didn't provide ID or name, so you can use some other attribute as well. Okay, in this case I have taken the name, sorry, ID. Let me copy this. I'll go back to the Eclipse. I will use this one. So this returns me the web element. Web element equal to. Okay, so this will return me the web element. So let me import the web element from the Selenium. I need to pass this as a parameter, where I need to pass driver dot switch to dot frame. So here I need to pass as element as a parameters. So these are the 3 ways we can able to switch to the our respective iframe. If the frame is 1 or 2, either you can pass 0 or 1, we can able to switch to the respective frame and you can operate on it. Or if the ID or name is given, then you can directly pass the ID or name here and you can able to switch to the respective iframe properly. And if ID or name is not given properly, then you can go for the by providing the XPath of particular iframe and you can switch to the element. By passing the element, you can able to switch to the respective frame. Revert back to the main page, right? So that we can do by using driver dot switch to dot default content. We have some method. Default content method is available. With this we can able to switch back to our main window, means main HTML page. Now we'll see how to handle the nested iframe. You can see here, suppose assume like this is our main page. There is a one frame. Inside this frame again one more frame they have provided. Okay, so our intention is to do some operation on frame 2. So what we can do here, first we need from the home page we need to driver dot switch to dot frame 1 we need to switch. After that we need to switch to the driver dot switch to dot frame 2 id we need to provide. Then you should do some operation. Then you should come back. If you want to come back, we need to either we can switch to the frame 1 and frame 2, either directly we can use this default content. Assume like only in this page I have only one frame, and inside that another frame is available. Okay, in that case switch to the frame 1. So id frame 1 id I will use here. Okay, then I need to switch to the frame 1 id. Then I will switch back to the frame 2 id. Then I will switch to frame 2 which is available under here, frame 2 id. Then I need to do some operation on here. I'm doing some operation on the frame 2. I need to do I need to write some statement for the frame 2, whichever the operation I need to perform. Then I need to come back to the default, right? So I can use this one, driver.switch to default content. Then it will come back to the home page and we can do the operation whichever we want. Okay, this is how we can able to switch from the frame to frame. Assume like we are in the home page. Suppose assume like you didn't write this code itself and you return directly this one and you are doing some operation on it, but it won't work because frame 2 available under frame 1. So the process, the step is like first we need to switch to the frame 1, then you need to switch to the frame 2, then only you should do some operation over there in the frame 2. Then only the driver able to pass the control to the frame 2. In this video we learned like what is frame. Okay, frame is also called as iframe, and it is also called an inline frame, which is embedded to the another web page or HTML. This we have discussed, and also how to define the iframe. We can define the iframe by iframe with using the iframe tag. We understood like because by default WebDriver not able to search or identify the element of the frame DOM. So how do you identify number of frame available in the web page? So this one we already discussed actually. We have already saw that how many frames are available. This frame is available either at iframe, right? This is 19 frame available. How to identify through the driver actually? So first we need to identify, suppose assume like we need to identify the how many iframes are available. So driver dot find element. Here we need to use find elements actually, because we need to suppose if multiple frames are available, that also should be comes under by dot tag name of iframe dot size. Let me go for size. It returns me number of iframes available here. Let me take the count also, integer count. If you print out this, right, if I print out this count, how many iframes are available in particular page, that will be displayed. Okay, that's what it meaning. Okay, by using the tag name itself we can able to identify number of iframes are available in that particular page. And also we discussed like the frame is a overloaded method. It takes the index name, id or web element also. Also we discussed like how to handle the nested frames, multiple frames, and also we discussed like frame inside the frame, how to handle that also we have discussed. Interview room, they ask what is frame and how do you identify the number of iframes available in the web page, and they will ask like how do you handle the frame, how they define the iframes in the web page, and also they will say different way to switch the iframe, and also they will ask about how do you handle the nested iframe in the web page. Hope you understood all this concept. If you still have any doubt, please put it in comment section so that I will clear your doubt. And finally, thanks guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit like button and please share with your friends, those who are looking for the Java or Selenium concept. And don't forget to subscribe this channel for further useful videos. Thank you.